Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's the boy King CJ. Man, we're gonna start our very first official video for Ni NO Kuni, bro. And I've been loving this game. And today we're just gonna give you some tips, man, for any new players or any free-to-play players coming in. This is just some mistakes that I made that I want to stop you guys from making those as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video. See you on the other side. Peace out. Alrighty, so here we are, back with the game, man. And I'm going to start off with the very first important tip of it all. We're going to take it all the way back to the select screen.
Alright, let's
The
get
biggest
started.
thing that I can just give anyone that I know for sure will help out. Make sure you try every character out before you exactly pick your main. Because once you go into your main, you're kind of there with your main, unless if you want to start all over again. I mean, it's not that, at least, luckily for this game, it's not that bad to start all over on the new character, but you're just not going to want to put that much time into another character leveling up, unfortunately. So anyways, for an example, I went with Witch because I liked the way she looked. I seen her skills, they looked cool. I think Witch is still a fantastic character, 100%. I think that if I did not have proper knowledge, I still would pick her. The only thing that I have against Witch is she plays like a lot of other MMO, like Korean MMOs that I play, and I kind of wanted to get under that. I think one was like a Shadow Hunter and Lost Ark. I played something, a Demon something in Black Desert Online. And then also there was another character named Storm that I played in this game called My Future Evolution, and they played just exactly alike. I mean, all throughout PvE, she's just fantastic. At lower levels, she just shreds everything PvE wise, and then PvP comes, she's very expensive to build. There's like only one way to go with her in PvP, and it's too many similarities. So I think with the knowledge I have now, I wouldn't pick her. I probably would have went with Rogue more than likely because I loved his playstyle. I loved his skills. I love the fact that he had a lot of chain hit combos. So if I did start over this game with the current knowledge I have now, definitely would have went Rogue. But again, it's not that bad. Tip number 2 I want to give you guys. These little things right here, these potions. You're going to get a surplus of these potions right out the gate. They're very important for your level. They're going to be important for your CP. They're going to be important for the materials that you gain. So don't waste them. However, me as a new player, I was not the smartest guy. I had some little thinking process in my head, and it unfortunately did not pay out. So I'm going to be here to stop you guys from doing that. Never use these unless if you're going inside the chaos fields. You don't want to use them in the normals field. Well, maybe you do when you get higher up, but we in a later video we'll get to that. What it is, the chaos field. Now the chaos field is where you guys see my swordsman at. It's kind of this area where it's just endlessly grinding, and you get a lot of valuable things in here, especially things like territe. So hey, that's great, fantastic, but don't use these when you're doing normal missions, because me originally I thought that maybe I can get around the system, and I was thinking, hey, if I use this when I do my missions, that 700% will go into that, but unfortunately it did not. I just used it in spurts because I didn't know what I was doing. My biggest recommendation for new players, free-to-play players at that, only use these if you're going to sit down inside of what is that place called? Oh, Chaos Fields. And you're going to be there for a surplus of hours. I'm talking maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. Maybe you're going to go out with your family or anything like that. We have this thing called AI mode. Just go ahead and drop that and let it play it out while you have your potions up. You should come back with a big gains. So just be careful when you're using that. That's another tip that I do want to give you guys. Let's go out with the biggest tip that a lot of people do overlook because of the stars. So the way this system works is each star level from 3 stars, well, I guess it's only 3 stars and 4 stars, and then you got your special gears. So each one has their own unique base stats, right? So the way the base stat work is you have this right here, and every 4-star is kind of the same. When you get to here, there's going to be your accuracy rate and crit damage. That's going to be the same across the board. I think that's also the same for your 3-star weapon, right? Yeah, accuracy rate and crit damage. But as you guys see, the first one is kind of like your unique stat. So the way this game functions is you have 4 stars and you have your 3 stars. Your 4-star basically gives you the basic damage. You know, you got your basic skill damage, you got your special skill damage, and then these right here, they give you damage to the particular enemy, which would be the darkness monster. This one gives you to the light monsters. That's great. That is great. But however, their 3-star components actually boosts the elemental damage itself. So what that said in short order is, when I was a new player, I was not thinking correctly, and I just wanted to get my first 4 stars to 5 stars as quick as possible. So unfortunately, I crunched a lot of my 3-star prestiged up weapons, and I put them into here, which is not the best thing to do. If you really want to be smart with these things, you kind of want to have a lineup of, let's come to the light, right? So I have 2 of these. I have this right here because it gives me the accuracy rate. Then I have this by itself because it's damage. And then you want to have this third one here for the elemental damage itself. So with that being said is, man, you don't want to crunch none of your 3 stars. Hell, even your 2 stars and 1 stars, because once you awaken those, at least get them to awaken 10 and then start crunching them. Only because of the way the CP works in this game, you're just going to need that CP to push through a lot of content. Because that's just how the game functions. I don't know why, but there it is. And that's kind of the same thing with these over here. Another one is, don't really focus too much on your 3-star gear. Unfortunately, I did that. I got a 3-star gear up to 5 stars, and that costed me, set me back a bit. So if you can try to hold off as long as possible on ranking up your 3 stars, kind of like I'm doing right now at this moment. You never know when you get a 4-star. For this example, woke up one day, now I have a 4-star ring, so now I can go ahead and phase this one out right here. And it could be better. It could be better, just like this right here, gives you fire attack. So don't invest too much into your 3 stars, man. Just, yeah, hold off as long as you can. Hold off as long as you can. Okay, so we got the next tip. The next tip is, you have familiars, right? These are our quote-unquote companions in the game. And each one does their own abilities, right? But here's the kicker. These things can too boost your elemental damage. As you guys can see, it increases the water damage by 3%. That's both for a familiar and your character. So make sure you do equip the ones that you want. This also goes into a little thing I like to call deck building. For an example, I have this here. The reason I have 2 whites is because he also gives me water damage. So I have 6% water damage between those 2. Now, when you're a new player, this game gives you 3. It gives you 3 automatically, and you can choose between which one when it rolls. So you get this guy here, you get this guy here, and you get this fellow right here. 10 out of 10 recommend Water Dragon. Why? Because in the fam arena, he's super meta. He is a ranged familiar at that. So if you are a melee, someone like Witch, Swordsman, Destroyer, you're gonna want somebody that's ranged to, you know, back you up here and there. And another thing is, when it comes to these fam arenas, it's probably going to be one of the easiest game modes in this game for you to rank in. And I'm going to show you guys how. So again, make sure you work on these things. Do not neglect them. I think when I first was going through the game, I was really neglecting them. You know, just to focus on my character itself. And I don't think I would do that again. I honestly would put more effort into these things. So let's go over here, and I'm going to show you guys why you want to go ahead and put effort into them. So you have these things right here. These are basically the end game material that you're going to need. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is going to get you through the end game. So you just have to deal with it. And the only way to get these tokens is, unfortunately, it's through PvP rankings. So it's going to be very, very, very sweaty to get those. However, I understand as a new player, as a free-to-play player, mobile gaming first couple months PvP is horrendous for people like us. So rankings, usually rankings would be out of the question. However, the way that this fam arena works is it's super easy to rank. I'm Diamond 3 right now as we speak. Top 5%. I ended top 5% as well last season. Because of this, I was able to get the, well, I got 1,500, I think, right? Because that's, yeah, 1,500. So I was able to get 1,500. And by the end of this week, I can definitely get a couple more wins, maybe even boost myself up to top 3% if possible. And then on top of that, I have like a boatload of these just already as free-to-play players. So I'll be way ahead of the game. So with that being said, man, the meta right now is kind of water types. This guy and this guy right here, they're both kind of like just that dynamic duo. But even then by himself, he's kind of like just a killer because he is a ranged attack. So this guy right here is going to help you push so much further in the fam arena. And I honestly could not recommend him enough for all the new players that's coming in this game to just get him. And if you need to focus on him, put your stuff into him, do it. He's going to carry you. He's definitely going to carry you a long way, man. He's carrying me, and I thank for him because, yeah, he's going to 100% get me through there. Now, let's talk about some other things that I think a lot of people do neglect as it comes to a new player. You come to here, and these are your set collections. Every single one of these things you're going to need. So, with that being said, you're going to have your 1-star, 2-star weapons, gear. Final thing I want to give you guys is you have this guy over here. He's a crafting guy. Now, this was something that I kind of did not manage well, which is why my CP is a little lower than it probably should be. Now, crafting itself, 100% you're going to always need. And I would never tell someone not to craft. But you do have a limit of these terrorites, and you kind of have to manage them. The problem with me was I kind of just came in here and I just kept crafting. At some point, you're going to have to stop crafting and actually work on your character. And then there's also some people out there who barely crafts, and they're wondering why they barely have any 4-star weapons or gear or anything like that. And it's like, well, you got to come craft. Now, these things, you can sit here and craft these all day if you want to. Like, I have 6. That's 300k. I know I'm not going to get nothing, so I'm not going to open that on the video to waste my gold. But, again, crafting is just something you're just going to have to figure out your balance to, man. And I hope that this guy right here was able to help a little bit. At least take away some of the mistakes that I made as a player in this game. So, just continue your journey, man. You're going to get there. Remember, the goal is to get better each day. If you're not better than what you was yesterday, then why are you even trying in the game? Don't worry about the whales. The whales are always going to do that thing. I will say this, though. I think getting into top 10% rankings is pretty fairly easy, especially in lava. It depends on the character that you are. So, again, don't sweat it too much. Just enjoy the game. Keep it pushing. You're going to have a good time. So, I'm out of here. I hope that this guy was able to help you guys. Until then, see you later. Peace out. We're going to have more videos up that's going to go more in depth into a lot of other systems. So, don't worry about that. I'm out of here.
Money don't sleep, neither do I. When will I rest? I will when I die. Haters don't sleep.